Welcome, dear audience, to the second season of The Rings of Power. The series so bad that it actually started this channel of complete and utter unhinged bigotry. So I guess, thank you very much, Amazon. Well, it has been a long time since the first season of this utter dumpster fire aired. A whole 2 years. Because for some reason it takes that long to write, film, edit and market complete piles of donkey diarrhea these days. Therefore, before we begin, we need to remember what happened in the first season that nobody watched. Go-Go Gadget Galadriel bossed Queens her way to doing the biggest Otto SpaghettiOs of her life by assisting the creation of the first Rings of Power with none other than totally evil Sauron, who taught Granny Celebrimbor how to alloy metals because for some reason a master smith had absolutely no idea he could do that. And the whole reason they needed those rings is because for some reason all the elf trees got AIDS, and the only way to save the elves on Middle Earth is to use mithril batteries. Oh, and there's also a Balrog. And strangely large earthquakes across Middle Earth because Tolkien keeps spitting in his fucking grave. So without further ado, let's get into audience. Let's yeehaw our asses straight back into fake Middle Earth again because there's no way any of this will be canon. Show beginning, here we are up in a northern waste with none other than totally not Hellbrand Sauron. Remember Sauron? He was the really bad guy from the first season who literally did nothing wrong and just wanted to be left alone. Until that bitch Go-Go Gadget Galadriel, the stunning and brave midget, forced him to be totally evil Sauron once again. Yeah, I remember that. It was a great show, everyone loved it. Anyway, so what is he up to these days? Well, he's telling all those totally evil Republican orcs that Morgoth is now dead. And there is a power vacuum amongst the evil guys. So he is gonna step up and be Giga Sauron with totally evil rings that he will use to enslave the whole of Middle Earth. Which is retarded because give it a couple of 100 years and he'll totally be getting hounded to pay all those Middle Earthers reparations. Yes, that's right. Slavery is wrong, guys. Don't do it. Not even once. But as he makes the case for being Giga Sauron, everyone in the audience is actually totally mad at him. Don't know why, he seems like a lovely chap. Oh, that bitch Sauron is lying about being really cool and wanting to hurt people. He's the totally evil Republican orc. He's a fraud and we should go find some slightly sloped rooftops. Listen here, you little shit. If we don't all come together right now, those men and women of Middle Earth will dunk on us forever. We all must band together and peacefully protest them to death. But just as he gets to rallying, a wild retarded Oswald orc with a rangefinder and an AR-14 assault knife goes for a full day out in London. But little does that orc realise, Sauron has plus 10 plot armor. So straight up kills that bitch. So with a dead orc and a pocket full of evil dreams, Adar, who's not really Adar because the actor who played himself yeeted off the show because it's a steaming pile of shit, kills Sauron to absolute death. And then he explodes. Totally makes sense. And that now means that Adar is the king of the totally evil Republican orcs. My god, they've even got the hats and everything. But little do they realise, as they get to orking around the place, Sauron's blood has leaked into the caverns below and is reforming into none other than Worm Man. Oh, I know what's happening here. Sauron is getting reborn as Heisenberg, the meth manufacturing Dark Lord. Because Amazon promised us in season 2 he would be chaotically evil. And I trust them with my life. Anyway, Worm Sauron falls out of the cave somehow by, I guess, doing the worm. And then straight up makes the road safer by killing a female wagon driver, who somehow didn't die when Sauron exploded a couple of scenes ago. Or maybe he was in that cave for a very long time, but the director was too stupid to show us other than doing a couple of screen wipes. But it doesn't matter, as now we have classic definitely not Sauron Hellbrand, the Walter White of Middle Earth. I mean, come on guys, who wouldn't want to do Mordor meth? It sounds incredible! So he goes for a walk, and you know, it's a nice day for it, so why not? Where he encounters hobo refugees fleeing war-torn France. Nope, you don't be walking down that road. The ground is turned all sour. Yup, not down that road. Sometimes death is better. Oh, that sounds terrible. I guess there's lots of people getting killed on up there then. Sure is. Those who get buried up there don't return the same. You don't go down that road. Do you want to join us hoboing it across Middle Earth? boy, do I, it'll be a great adventure. And I can escape my haunted past because for some reason I'm an emo these days and not the Dark Lord. So they get themselves seen transmissioning onto a boat crossing the English Channel. I mean the Great Sea. But where did they get the boat from? Literally no one knows. And how did they teleport themselves into the middle of the ocean? Probably somewhere near Numenor. Literally no one knows either. It's magic. But as they get talking about emotions that no one cares about, little do they realize a big scary dinosaur is following them through the fake water. And that leads to a big Otto SpaghettiOs because it crashed into the boat and now it's fucked. And I was about here when everyone realized that this whole scene was a flashback to the events that happened before episode 1 of the first season. Wow, everyone really gave a crap about how he ended up on that raft. Oh, would you look over there, audience? Here comes Go-Go Gadget Galadriel swimming across the entire ocean because if you bother to remember what happened 2 years ago, she jumped into the ocean trying to swim all the way from Valinor to Middle-earth. What a great script idea that truly was. Well, I guess it was a good job that she looked up like a boat and not down like a stone, because if she didn't do that, then she would have drowned and the sea is always right. So now we know what happened, let's head to modern day Middle-earth, where the 5'2" bucket full of stunning and brave Go-Go Gadget Galadriel is meeting up with the Giga Chad Elf King, because he ain't too happy about what he's just learned. Sup bitch, you gonna tell me what happened in season 1 was actually all true? What, that only 37% of US viewers finished the first season and most of them would probably hate watching anyway? No, you utter dildo! Is it true your stunning and brave radar worked out that the bloke you met in the middle of the ocean and forced to take the role of King of the Southlands when he clearly stated that he wasn't the king and then dragged his ass all the way here into our elf crib was in fact Sauron this entire fucking time, and you made 3 mithril battery ring pieces using his instructions? Yeah, sorry about that. It turned out he was pretending to be Halbrand this entire time, and I forced him into being Sauron again when he clearly didn't want to. Well shit, Go-Go Gadget Galadriel, you've put me, the Giga Chad Elf King, and all the other elves in serious dangeroos. Yeah, you dumb bitch, you fucked up big time. Shut up, Elrond, you fell for it too, you effeminate twat. Alright, let's calm our vaginas. Look, we're all dying here because for some reason our elf tree has AIDS, and the only way to stop it is with mithril batteries. That for some reason is a thing now. I say, let's get wearing them. But there's a little bit of an issue. Hairspray Elrond ain't giving up the goods because, come on man, those rings could be evil. So instead of handing them over to the Giga Chad Elf King like he was instructed to, he straight up yeets himself off a waterfall. No, that must mean he's now dead, just like Celeborn is. And that guy Isildur, who somehow didn't die in a pyroclastic flow, but he did when a log fell on him. So let's screw it off and head over to present day Mordor, where poor hobo Sauron is now a prisoner of Adar alongside other Southlanders who also survived the pyroclastic flow. But how did Sauron get here? Literally no one knows, as the last we saw of him, he was casually strolling towards Mount Doom with evil Spider-Man dancing in the background. But it does turn out that he's now Moses. Ugh, Adar you dick. Let my people go or you will die. Oh wow, how stunning of you. Get the fuck out of here, mysterious person who I have absolutely no idea who you are. No, you need to listen to me. I've done things, man. Wild things like team up with an enemy just to blow up my former boss in a nursing home. But if you let me go, I'll totally tell you where Sauron is. And I swear it isn't me. But Adar ain't having any of it. So down in the torture hole he goes. Well, that was incredible, so let's go check in on a fan favourite, and definitely not Gandalf because that would be retarded, Hobo Gandalf, who's currently with fake Frodo as they quest in their search for some stars Hobo Gandalf once saw. Remember from season 1, fake Gandalf was looking for some stars? Of course you remember it, everyone watched that show. But as they search, suddenly it dawns on them that they're totally lost. No! I really hope they don't die in a desert. I am very invested in their storyline. So as they get milling around, Hobo Gandalf explodes a tree and now they have all the bugs to eat. But as they're chowing down on Klaus Schwab's wet dream, they realise someone is actually following them. Well, that was interesting, so let's head over to a bridge. A great bridge. A fine bridge. The best bridge to ever bridge in a history of bridging. But what lurks below those golden arches will explode your nuts. Elrond isn't actually dead. What? This is crazy! Are you telling me Celeborn isn't dead either? And Isildur's death was just a fake out to add suspense, when clearly they're not dead because they're both alive in a fucking third age? For crying out loud, this show is so bad! Anyway, he's hiding because those elves, who were sent from the Giga Chad Elf King, are looking for him because he still has the rings. And since he's under a bridge and no one is smart enough to think, hey, he jumped into a body of water. Maybe he's still actually in the water and is hiding from us. Possibly under that freaking bridge over there. He manages to evade capture while the elves go reporting back to Giga Chad Elf King that they couldn't find him. So he tells them to go expand their search. Well, that was a really intense scene. How did the genius writers come up with that one? Oh, you couldn't find Elrond? Well, you better search harder for him next time. It's almost as if they're trying to fill up scenes with useless dialogue, because if they just went back to the bare bones of it, this entire season will be done in an hour. But just as you think the elves are up shit's creek without a paddle and everyone's going to die because they can't get hold of the Mithril anti-AIDS batteries, Go-Go Gadget Galadriel comes out with the most stunning and brave speech ever speech in the history of speeching. Hey, Giga Chad, remember how Hairspray Elrond wanted to destroy the rings? Well, let's think about that for one damn second. He's obviously going to go to a wise elf who knows a few things about stuff and you really respect, so when he drums up support to destroy the rings, you would actually consider it. My god, you're right! He's definitely going to go to a Giga-wise elf person. Well done for working that out immediately with no investigation so we don't have to waste yet more time searching for him. Oh, Go-Go Gadget Galadriel, your brain is so big with all that stunning and brave. And to think I thought you were the dumbest twat in elfdom for chasing Sauron for millennia only to realise that simply turning his mark to the side was a map that led to exactly where he was. So let's flip to Hairspray Elrond, who's displaying his ring pieces to Círdan, the Giga-wise elf man. And they're working out that these rings are totally evil. But if they were to destroy them, then all the elves will die of AIDS. It's just so confusing. But as they get talking about what to do, Go-Go Gadget Galadriel rolls up out of nowhere saying, "Oi you silly wanker, give us the rings or you'll be under arrest, mate." No, they're totally evil, Go-Go Gadget Galadriel. We'll be corrupted by Sauron if we wear them. Or you give it 5 years and he'll have us cooking up Mordor meth all over the place. I guarantee it. We need to destroy them right now. Not so fast, Hairspray. We have 3 rings here, and 3 is more than 2. And everyone knows that having 3 of them will bring balance to the Force. Yes, that's right, Hairspray. The power of 1, the power of 2, the power of many. So, give us the rings and everything will be fine. But little does she realise Giga-wise Elfman is currently sailing down the river with those very, very precious rings. It was the perfect deception. So this scene transmission back to Hobo Gandalf and fake Frodo, who are currently trying to capture a mysterious stalking stranger. The one who's been following them through the desert. And to do this, they've got an absolute master plan. A piece of tactical assault string and a blanket. Which ends up totally working and tripping up and capturing the mysterious stranger. And all we have left to do is find out who that is. Oh, the suspense. It is truly killing me. Well, shut that front door. It was fake Samwise the entire time. Everyone really gave a shit about that one. But luckily, she brought a map with her, so they're no longer lost. Yay, just when all hope was lost, someone just rolls up with the answers. That must have kept the writers up for weeks working out how they could get themselves out of this hole. But little do they realise, they're actually being followed by somebody else now. Oh, who is it this time? Let me guess, Mr. Blobby flanked by Noel fucking Edmonds. Anyway, how's definitely not Halbrand Sauron getting on? Well, he's getting told by Adar about how one time he was with Sauron, right? And he was really cool and he gave me some wine because I was trapped or something. Man, Sauron was so cool back then. But now he's a total dick. So tell me, mysterious stranger, who definitely isn't Sauron, what do you know about him? Well, fake Adar, you'll never believe this, bro, but Sauron ain't dead. He's a worm man cooking up meth with the elves. And if you release me, I will go find him in it because I'm friends with the elves these days. Oh, no way! I always wondered what happened to the guy after we killed him. Alright then, you can go. And he better hurry the fuck up about it because that elf tree is dying and they need the Mithril anti-AIDS ring batteries before it's too late, as it will mean the elves will have to leave for Valinor. But just as all hope is lost, Giga-wise Elfman rolls up with the super cool rings and now everyone is saved. Hooray! hurrah, they all scream, because for a minute, the entire audience was worried that the elves would be gone. Oh wait, never mind, we already know they're in Middle-earth because they're in the fucking Third Age. Anyway, rings on, Forest alive, AIDS has been cured, Galadriel smiles, and Granny Celebrimbor gets a new forge. It's all going to plan. But just as Celebrimbor is about to bust his nuts over an anvil, another elf rolls up telling him that a messenger has arrived at the gates, and he's from Mordor. And would you believe it, it's fake Hellbrand Sauron. So Celebrimbor straight up lets him in. Well, that was fantastic. First episode of season 2 and already everyone is heavily invested in Walter Sauron and his Mordor meth machine. Thanks, Amazon. Can't wait for episode 2 where Sauron tries teaching his son how to drive, while his sidekick's non-binary two-spirited girlfriend ODs on a fountain of elf heroin. Get the fuck out of here. Big shout out to all my Patreon boys and guys. You are the reason my mummy calls me a special little boy. Love you all very much.
Subscribe button.
Is always right.